everyone around the world, and to those who speak Arabic, Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning and good afternoon wherever you are. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening wherever you are. Well, I've come to explain or to give an interpretation of this very beautiful, most holy, very beautiful name of Allah. The interpretation explains why it was written like that, and what the interpretation of that the interpretation why it was written like that, or and the meaning of it. This very great name of Allah, the one you can see in big letters in white big characters. That is the name of Allah, which says it's pronounced Allah Jalalahu Allahu Akbar, or it says Allah Jalla Jalalahu. That very beautiful name of Allah is a very holy name. The most holy name amongst the great names of Allah, because it's from this name that Allah used to create our hearts, the human heart. And on top of that, also it's the same name that Allah used as a way to make evidence on human beings that He really created us. It's the same name which was used in the assembling of the brain or creation of the brain of a human being. But I'm going to give you the portion of how the heart is made up of this name. As you can see, the name is made up of an upper part and a lower part. The upper part, I would say, if you make it is a straight line and an upper part and a lower part. As you all know who have studied science and biology, a human being's heart is made of four sections, four chambers: the upper chambers and the lower chambers. So this would explain that on the right, if you use the middle line as a line which separates the chambers, and then after that you put a line across on the lower section to make to separate the section from the to separate the lower section from the upper section. So in the upper section, you have on the right what appears to look like a U, and also on the other side, or on the left hand side, you have a section which here has something like which looks like a letter A. But this is what symbolizes the chamber details of a human heart. On the lower section, you can see that in the side, in the very far side, on the left, is what looks like a stick and two white clear signs. Those are what we call they are operate the valves. And then again on the left, as you can see, there's a sort of a cross, makes an X, but those are details which explains which explains the chambers, inner parts of the chamber. And again we go on the left, as you can see that there is a section of the lower case that protrudes outside, and it forms a sort of a circle, and then suspends to the far right. That is the human heart pumps and kind of pumps. It's a pump. It makes a sort of a pump motion to pump the blood out, and then in and out. When you touch your heart, you can hear that beating of the heart. So those are the the interpretation of that is that those things that you see on the outside are the kind of represent the muscles and the power of the where the heart generates the power from to be able to pump or to pump the blood on a continuous rotation so that it doesn't stop. So this is the name of Allah from which every human being's heart was created. Every living human being was created. Dear brothers and sisters, I want to explain to you this so that you understand. The reason why Allah created or led His name into a human's heart is because one, it's love, and then also to use it as evidence that indeed every human being that sits in the womb of a woman, every human being that sits in the womb of a woman for 9 months and has a heart of a human, that human being is 1,000% created Muslim. A human being carries a heart that gives him life, but that heart is 1,000% a signature of Allah and a signature and a proof of Allah's religion of Islam. That's a signature which proves that 1,000% all human beings are created as Muslims. 1,000%. The percentage is 1,000%. All human beings gain life or supposedly are able to live because they are Muslims. They are Muslims, 1,000%. They are Muslims, created Muslims, and what sustains them is the mechanisms and the principles and the great holy name of He who created all creations, and His name is Allah, the Most Holy, Glorified Almighty Allah. That very name which appears in on the work of art is a name which is pronounced Jalla, Jalallahu, or Jalla, Jalallahu. It depends how you do it, but it is Jalla, Jalallahu, or Jalla, Jalallahu. That's a very, very powerful name, and it's what makes up a human heart. The four sections of the human heart. If you use the middle line as to separate the two sections, the left section and the left section and the right section, and then if you make a vertical line to separate the upper part of the name to the lower part, that makes the lower section of the heart the two chambers in the lower section of the heart. Yeah, that's how Allah revealed this very beautiful name to the great people to whom this religion of Islam was delivered. This religion is what we call Islam. Is a universal religion. Is a universal religion that enjoins humanity and other creations. It enjoins humanity and other creations in creation. That's the only religion which enjoins humanity and all other beings in creation. It enjoins angels, it enjoins animals to humans, it enjoins everything that is in existence as the proof that indeed we are all Muslims, and we are all created Muslims from conception till the day we depart from this world. We are all Muslims. For so many years, people have been living in a confusion and misguidance, but the real reality, that the heart that pumps the blood around the human body is indeed made of four sections, four chambers, which in this very, very vision or interpretation, it shows that it's in the name of Allah which makes up those four sections of the heart. and that makes you a Muslim. Dear brothers, I want you to understand this narration as well, which I'm going to give you next. That it's incumbent to every human being to obey and to adhere to the divine revelations which were given to Muhammad, or to obey and abide to divine revelations of the Quran, because the Quran is what He who created us, the Most Holy, glorified Almighty Allah, He created us, and He sent these divine revelations, divine laws, divine rules to protect us from the ills of the world. I mean, if you divert you divert yourself from the Creator, then the next thing is that you are likely to become ill. That is what makes people ill, is because they've been living in a blind state of foolishness, whereby they deny their own being. They deny themselves, and they say, we are Christians, we are this, we are that, we are that. But you are all Muslims. You are all living Muslims. But on the percentage of how Islam you are, because if you try to worship through another language, or to live your life in another language or another religion, that means the percentage of your being a Muslim is reduced, and when it's reduced, that's when you come across diseases, calamities, and all sorts of dangerous things that can harm your health, and also can harm the environment, can harm the people around you, and the people, and you yourself, you can get harm, because you've you've diverted your life from He who created you, and from Him that you have life. So it becomes life, the life of such an individual becomes very difficult to maintain if he has no foundation on which to stand on, because you've denied your heart. And then if you deny your heart, then you're empty. Yes, I'll try to interpret this interpretation to humanity, so that you understand the religion of Islam. The creation of mankind is based on the principles and the mechanisms of Islam, and mankind is able to sustain life because of Islam, or the heart gives him life because the heart inside the human being is Islam. It's a name of Allah which represents, which he laid down in the hearts of men to give them life. That's all I can say. I'll interpret more about this name in my next video, when I'll show you also how this name represents the brain, the brain of a human being, in the next my next video. I'll show you how this name represents, or also appears in the brain of a human being. That's all I can say today. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.